Alrighty, hello everybody. We're going to go ahead and dive into this lesson today, and it's about essay formatting, and we'll do a little bit of a TAPEAPEC review so that you can be ready to write essays. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with just formatting in general and the dreaded 5-paragraph essay format. Okay, so how should you begin? After being given your writing assignment or your prompt, you should assess the situation. You need to figure out the purpose of writing and what you need to get across to your readers, okay? You gotta dig deep and find out what the heck are you supposed to be doing. So you need to think about what is being asked of you. Consider all the guidelines given. How long should the essay be? Am I required to include sources? If so, how many? When is the assignment due? How often should I work on the assignment to complete it in time? These are all things that you do need to ask yourself and to be always thinking about and being mindful of. Okay, so how do you create a topic and a thesis statement? Once your topic is found, how will you determine what you want to convey about your topic? Try not to be too narrow about your topic, okay? Make sure you can come up with 3 details as evidence to support your thesis statement. Okay, so step 1, choose a good topic. When writing an essay, it is important to choose a topic that is not too broad. For example, do not write about like football. Choose something more specific like football drills or the greatest football team or football equipment or football practice, etc. Football is way too broad. You do want to narrow it a little bit. It is important that you can think of 3 main ideas that you want to discuss in the essay. If you cannot think of the 3 specific ideas to discuss, then the topic is too narrow. Okay, so like, for example, being too narrow could be like talking about just one certain drill. No. You want to just do football drills and then talk about maybe 3 different types. Okay? Okay, if your chosen topic is too narrow, choose a slightly broader topic so specific ideas or details can be listed. For example, if you plan to write about football field goals and couldn't list many details about it, choose something like scoring points in football. An example, topic, Twilight. Thesis statement, point you are conveying about a topic. Twilight's use of romance and team themes creates a viewer-worthy movie. And then you could go and talk about those different themes and what they are. Step 2, you need to organize the essay, brainstorm and outline. Use the technique that is most helpful to you to organize and sort through your many ideas. Create a cluster web. Write your topic in the center of a sheet of paper, draw a circle around it, and surround that circle with related ideas connected to those lines. It's really going to help you brainstorm. They also call them like web diagrams. Definitely use them. They help you. Okay, so for your outline, from your brainstorm, create an outline. This outline should be followed when writing to keep your writing and information organized. Organization is key because I promise it'll help you. Okay, so you have your thesis statement, you have your intro, you have supporting detail, supporting detail, supporting detail, conclusion, a restatement of your thesis. Or if you also remember, we call this TAPEAPEC. This is just a basic outline. So you have your topic, your thesis statement, which is 1 sentence that tells the reader what the essay will discuss. You have your body paragraph, so your number 1 main idea, so your first supporting detail. You have details about that, which is when you should follow TAPEAPEC per each paragraph, which you've already learned about and should be experts at now. Then you have body paragraph 2, which is your second supporting detail or your second main idea. And then detail. Then you have your third body paragraph, because we're doing a 5-paragraph essay, right? This is your third supporting idea or third main idea. Then you're going to wrap it all up with a conclusion. Okay, step 3. So you're actually going to write your essay. Once the outline is filled out, the essay is quite easy to write. Your ideas are organized. It is important to have good transition words between each main paragraph, such as first, second, third. Also, furthermore, are hints. Then the 5-paragraph essay includes an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Okay, so your conclusion. that last paragraph, right? It's another part of the essay that many students forget to write is the conclusion. So an essay must have one that wraps up the entire essay. So we have conclusion sentences. Now we have a conclusion paragraph, okay? And a good way to remember to get the reader to remember your essay is to leave the reader with an interesting thought. Do not give any new information in this section, okay? We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Now you're going to do a rough draft. It's important to write a rough draft to share with a friend or parent to edit. Heck, you can even come with me during my office hours and I'd be happy to read your rough drafts. When editing, ask someone to check that you stayed on topic and use proper writing conventions such as good spelling, usage, mechanics, grammar, etc. Okay, it's always good to double check your work. You don't want to submit the first thing that you write because there's always going to be mistakes and there's always room for improvement. Okay, then you have your final copy. Last, you want to write a final copy. This should be error-free. It can be written in pen or typed, especially typed because we're in the online world here, right? Most teachers like a typed copy. However, neatly written essays in pen are acceptable as well. For some reason, if your word processing document is not working, write everything out really nicely in pen, and you can even email me pictures that you've taken of the essay. I am okay with that as long as I can read it. So we generally follow, teachers generally follow guidelines on grading, which is content, organization, and writing conventions. I do grade on all of these. Okay, so writing a good 5-paragraph essay can take some time. Do not wait until the last minute and make sure to have someone edit before you turn in your final copy, okay? Now let's talk about your intro paragraph. This should get the reader's interest so that he or she will want to read more. Should let the reader know that the writing is good to what is going to be about. You want to tell people what you're going to write about before you actually do it. Therefore, it should introduce a topic and state the thesis. What is your thesis? Is the point or idea that the writer is trying to prove throughout the essay. Okay. So you have your body paragraph. The first body paragraph should contain the strongest argument, most significant example, cleverest illustration, or an obvious beginning point, okay? So your main idea, you want to go in with a bang. The first sentence of the paragraph should include the reverse hook, which ties in with the transitional hook at the end of the introductory paragraph. The topic for this paragraph should be the first or second sentence. And remember, the first body paragraph is the second paragraph because your intro paragraph is your first one. This should relate to the thesis statement in the introductory paragraph. All of your body paragraphs should relate to the thesis, okay? The last sentence in the paragraph should include a transitional hook to tie into the second paragraph of the body. Now, your third paragraph should contain the second strongest argument. It has a hook. It ties into the first topic that you were talking about as well as your thesis, and your last sentence in this paragraph should transition into your last body paragraph, so the fourth paragraph of your 5-paragraph essay. And we'll call this the weakest argument, but I don't think any of you will have weak arguments. It's just your last point, okay? And it should include the reverse hook, which ties in with the transitional hook at the second paragraph. So again, you're just relating everything back to your thesis and to the paragraph before it. And then the last sentence in that paragraph should include a transitional concluding hook that signals the reader that this is the final major point in that paper, okay? This hook also leads into the last or concluding paragraph, which we've already talked about a little bit, but here it is again. The concluding paragraph, this should include a restatement of the thesis using some of the original language or the language that echoes the original language. It's a restatement, however, it cannot duplicate the thesis statement because your thesis statement should just be in one place, and that's the intro, okay? You're just restating it. Call it a remix, if you will. A summary of the 3 main points from the body paragraph, and a final statement that gives the reader signals that the discussion has come to an end. This final statement may be called a call to action in a persuasive or argumentative paper, okay? Now here's some tips. Write about literature in the present tense unless the logic demands that you do otherwise. Even though a story is written in the past tense, we say that the main character writes to her brother because she thinks she knows something important. Even though Robert Frost is long gone, we say that Frost suggests or uses or says. And in his poems, we say that a phrase or word suggests or means or implies something. All of these need to be present tense verbs. However, Frost moved his family to England and he died in 1963, etc. If it's talking talking about the past, but if you're actually talking about the work itself, use present tense, okay? Try to keep your paper all in one tense. Another tip is not to start the essay with my essay will be about or I'm going to write about. These are boring and not interesting beginnings, okay? They're overdone. Do something else. You can take 30 extra seconds to try to think of something else to be creative. Think about interesting facts about the topic or famous quotes about the topic to put in the intro. Make sure to include a thesis statement to inform the reader about the essay's topic. You should always include a thesis statement. I will not accept an essay without one. The introduction can be the hardest part to write. However, it is important that it is strong. So take your time to write a good intro, okay? Okay, so that is that. I'm going to show you a few other things. Let me just pull them up to you. And I'm going to include these resources as well so that you guys have them. Hold on. It's just taking just a minute. Hold on. Okay. So here is this Word document about proper essay formatting. Just, resources are always so awesome. Okay. All essays and papers should follow this format. You have your last name and the page number at the top right here. Okay, use the view header and footer menu to create the main page number. Okay. And you're going to put your name, your class, your teacher, your assignment, and the date, and you're going to do it with date, month, year format. The title, you should always have a cool title. And your first remember that every paragraph needs to be indented and continue the indents. So formatting wise, it should look a little something like this. Okay? So there's that, and I will include that resource for you. I'm going to also include this right here, so hopefully it'll help you. Remember, you have your introduction. It should include a hook, a thesis statement, 3 reasons / proofs. You have your transition sentence to the next paragraph, your body paragraph, 5 to 8 sentences, or you're going to use TAPEAPEC for your big body paragraphs. So you should already know the formula, but it gives details and lists your first reason that you listed in the introduction and your thesis statement, and follow this format right here. You could use this as kind of like a little checklist for yourself. Okay. And just here's some note, different types of essays. Expository explains, provides reasons and information. Persuasive convinces, argues in favor against the topic, includes counter arguments, okay? Don't forget to remember to answer the question exactly as it's asked. So answer the prompt. If you're asked how to make your favorite meal, be sure to pick a meal, not a dessert or snack. For example, if you're asked to discuss one thing, then explain 3 parts or 3 reasons for that one thing. Answering the question incorrectly will cost you points. Okay. Answer the prompt. Do not announce yourself or what you will do, or I'm going to provide 3 reasons why. You should avoid using I or you completely in your essay. Don't directly address your reader. How do you feel about the soda machines, etc. Do give the person reading your paper a reason to smile or laugh or raise an eyebrow. If you use powerful words, you'll evoke a response in the reader and earn a high score. Okay, so here's just another, paragraph essay format for you. Oh, I can actually just show right here. And just as a reminder of what APE is, it's assert, prove, explain. So you have your assertion, you're stating a fact, your proof, which is your example. You're explaining how your assertion or your point and your proof, your evidence tie together, and that's E. And you're going to follow this format for your main body paragraph. So topic, sentence, assert, prove, explain, assert, prove, explain, and your conclusion. And your 5-paragraph essay, if your your conclusion will include your hook in it. So don't forget that, because this helps make good meaty paragraphs, and it's also going to be a great outline for you. Excuse me, as we talked about. Also going to show you this right here. Hopefully I can include this as a resource for you. I always think it's so good to have extra resources because they are just so helpful when writing. Okay, so this is talking about if you need a 3-paragraph, 4-paragraph, or 5-paragraph essay, you should be in the point of your game where you're writing 5-paragraph essays. In your first, second, and third paragraph, or excuse me, second, third, and fourth paragraph, you should be using TAPEAPEC, TAPEAPEC, TAPEAPEC. But this is just good for you. Another little checklist, attention grabber, thesis, state, or main idea, and list of the topics that you're going to talk about. Then you'll do TAPEAPEC, TAPEAPEC right here and here. And your conclusion is just going to, another transition sentence that's telling your reader that, hey, you know what, I'm done. You're going to do a summary / remix of your thesis statement, and you're going to wrap it all up. It's just a nice little reminder for you, a nice little checklist. It's almost like an outline already for you, and you just have to plug in the information. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let me see if I can't show you one more thing to help you. Let me see if I can find it. Give me just a minute. But I do want you guys to follow the 5-paragraph format that we just went over. I do think it's going to help you. While we wait, here is some important information. Make sure that you're going to enter the keyword in on this assignment to get credit for watching this live class assignment or watching the recording, okay? The keyword is going to be Oreo, so you need to type that down below. My office hours are on Thursdays from 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is your time to email me, call me, or use my online office by clicking the link in the syllabus. I'm, of course, always wanting to help you. If you are stuck on an essay or anything like that and you're just like, hey, could you read over my rough draft? Guess what? I'd be jazzed to help you. Hold on, my computer's just being a little slow. So I'm trying to pull something up right here to help you. Not sure why my drive isn't working. So don't forget the keyword is Oreo. Okay, yeah, for some reason it's not pulling up. So what I am going to do is I'm going to show you this. For thesis statements, I mean, we could seriously have so many lessons about this. But what I would love for you to do on your own, since, you know, of course, time is limited, is you use your extra resources. Watch some YouTube videos on how to write a thesis statement for beginners, effective thesis statement writing. There's so many ways that you can write a thesis and lots of great resources out there. So I encourage you to do that. What I really wanted to talk to you about was, you know, essay formatting. And again, just don't forget to use TAPEAPEC like I've taught you. Okay. And don't forget the keyword is Oreo. I'm available on Thursdays from 1:15 to 2:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time if you need me. Call me, email me, use my online office. I hope you have a great day.